Hi everyone, welcome to Sew Like Dotty at Forever Daisy Chain. My name is Alison and welcome along to my channel today. I hope the lighting's okay because it is a beautiful spring day outside today. Blue skies and lots of sunshine. What doesn't make you feel great about that? So welcome along. This is one of my sort of chatty vlogs. Today I'm going to share some fabrics that I've bought, some sewing plans. Got to be a little bit discreet about that and I'll explain why shortly, and just a couple of things that I've been up to as well this week, different crafty things. Learnt something new yesterday, so I'm going to share that with you today. So where to start? I feel like it's ages since I caught up with everybody, but I don't think it is. It's only a week ago. So I think when I last did my vlog, I was talking about, I just got this beautiful fabric as part of my Match Sew Hayley Jane box. I absolutely love it. I've seen the blue and yellow colourway, but I absolutely love this pink one. And I cracked straight on, was really excited to get started. And yeah, I cut it out. This is the sleeves. So I cut it out in, I've got a little bit of two Tilly and the Buttons patterns that I'm sort of merging together, because when I made the Lyra dress, which I've shared a couple of times, I did a hack on the sleeves, like a bicep adjustment. So those sleeves seem to really fit me nicely. Not as they're gathered, but not as full as some are. So I've cut the sleeves with that, and like I've got the pattern pieces the right length for the skirt and the frill on the Lyra dress, so I'm working with that. But for the bodice, I've actually done the bodice with, and I'm trying to think of the name, bear with me once, there you go, the Indigo dress. Oh, do you ever have moments where you just can't remember things, or is it just me? I'm pretty sure it's not just me. So yeah, when I first made the Indigo dress, it was a few sizes bigger and I felt like it just drowned me. But I feel like I've got that cut on a size 6 bodice with the darts, they're in the right place for my fit. And I really like the yellow dress that's behind me, I shared on the last vlog. I like how the bodice sits on that. And with the Indigo dress, there's a sort of a curve under the bust. It's not a straight across at the waistline. So anyway, long story short, I cut all of the pieces out, went to put it together, and I really don't know what I'd done with the front of the bodice. I hadn't lengthened the back as I should have for me, and I don't know what I'd done with the front. It was like this much too short. So I did, as you do, I sort of sat for a while and scratched my head, and then I thought, well, the only thing that I can do with this really is either do a shorter length of dress, which I didn't want to do, or contact Hayley from Sew Hayley Jane and see if I could buy a metre of fabric off it. So I was lucky, I was able to do that. I've paid for that today, so I'm waiting for that to come, and I'm going to recut the bodice. But what I'm going to actually do is trace the pattern, extend the pattern, so I've got the right fit of pattern, the right length and everything, so I'm not kind of writing things on it, cut longer here, do this, do that. I know it'll be the right fit. So that's what I'm going to do before I cut anything out of that. So this will probably be on a couple of vlogs time, because I've got a bit to be going on with at the moment. And I'll come back to you and share that. You might see it pop up on my Instagram, which is Sew Like Dotty, if you want to check that out. And I did just want to say I'm wearing the Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress. I've shared this one before. It's an old make from last year. It's got that drawstring. I've not got it fastened too tight. I'll explain why shortly, but I've just been out with my daughter and Lyra, had a lovely lunch, and I put this on, and as I came home I had to undo the drawstring, and I'll show you why in a second. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. In terms of makes, I had a bit of a slow week last week with makes, because that happened, I think on my last vlog I wasn't feeling 100% well, and I certainly wasn't. All of a sudden yesterday I started to feel quite a lot better. So the other thing that I made, and I've definitely talked about it, was a Simplicity, like a wrap dressing gown for my daughter in this fabric. And I've given it to her now, and she very kindly took a photograph. Bless her, at a flat. I think she had the phone resting up against something, and I'm going to drop that in a second. So this is what I made for her at Christmas. I made a pair of pyjama bottoms, camisole top, and an eye mask, and I gave her an IOU for a dressing gown because I ran out of time. So I've made that now. So I'll put that picture in. She's got it like draped off one shoulder. She said it was really hard to get a photograph because the sleeves are quite big in the dressing gown. Obviously everything's all the same fabric, but she absolutely loves it. So I'm really pleased that she got that. So they were kind of my makes for me, because the other thing, and I know I don't talk about this a lot, I feel a little bit awkward talking about it, I don't know why, is that my business, my other business, which is Forever Daisy Chain, I've had like my spring launch for that this week. So you guys are all sewists, so you can make these things yourself, but this is my spring range of scrunchies. So these have, I updated these, that just went live on the website yesterday, which was the 20th or 21st of March yesterday. And the other thing that I was busy making were bags, which I've sold some of these already. I've shared this fabric before, it was from Charlotte, so affordable, it's a cotton poplin. So I just made that in a straightforward tote bag this time, because I've been doing them with frills around. So that's my first one in the rectangle, and I've got some more of these, but these were flying out yesterday. And then the other fabric, which I'm not sure if I've shared this before, again, this was from Charlotte, so affordable in the UK, is this one with the bees on. Really pretty. I've lined that in white, and usually I do a frill around the edge or a frill across, but for these two I've just done them in quite a plainer style with the tote bag straps there. So it was kind of quite a busy week for me with that, because on top of that I've got all the jewellery that I've launched. So it wasn't deliberately planned to talk about this, they just happened to be at hand because I was doing the photography and getting those live. So I don't know how well you can see these with the light today, but they're all gemstones, and I only use sterling silver. So these are some of the bracelets that I've made, and I'll drop some pictures in. It's probably easier to drop a few pictures in of the earrings. I made these ones for myself, and these are little rainbows, very cute, I love those. But I've got palm trees and cocktails and cherries and some gemstone ones as well. So it was quite a busy week from a work point of view, getting all that ready and live. So I think I mentioned last time with my daughter that she's not been feeling too well either. So I've been doing lots of, she's doing lots of well-being stuff, looking after herself, yoga and massage, and she's quite into sort of therapies and treatments, and you know, that whole holistic approach to health, which I think is lovely, because she's literally was 23 last week. So we went off to a local market. If you're in the northeast of England, you'll recognise the name Tynemouth. I've talked about it before. I went there last weekend, and I'm trying to change my approach to how I buy things. So I wanted to buy some like hand soap, you know, like natural in a block, and there were some things that she was looking for. She's used the shampoo blocks rather than bottles and things before. So there was a stall at Tynemouth Market. There was lots of stalls actually that sold some similar things, but it was like an eco stall, and I'll put a link into their website. So and Lyra got two different the shampoo and conditioner blocks. So she got one for herself. I'm thinking it was a seaweed one that I got as well, because I can get a little bit of psoriasis on my scalp. So there are 2-in-1, so I don't need to use any conditioner or anything. So they're literally about a little square like that, and about that, you know, like a couple of centimetres thick. That should do about 40 washes. And I also picked up a shea butter soap block, because I can get eczema on my hands, and I'm just wanting to switch from like refilling some bottles that I've got, you know, that I've put lettering on in vinyl with like shampoo and conditioner and soap, switching that all over. I'll drop a picture in of the different blocks, and honestly the space in our bathroom in the shower is like massively condensed down because of it. And I also got a different brand, but I got that from Boots the Chemist. You can buy it online. It might be Vici or something like that, like a facial cleansing block. Because we've got some trips away soon, and I just want to kind of pare down what I'm carrying, but also I want to kind of get into using things that are just better for the environment and stuff. So kind of getting rid of the plastic and things as much as I can, as much as possible. So yeah, and then that kind of set me off, because I've absolutely loved the soap. I've been using it for a week and it'll last me for quite a while, but I thought, well, I wonder how difficult it is to kind of make soap. So you guys that are watching this are probably kind of a bit crafty anyway. I know you'll watch it because you kind of, you know, sewing's your thing and fabric's your thing and stuff. I'm going to come to some fabrics in a second. But I just wondered who out there has maybe kind of made their own soap. Some of you might be great at doing it. I could pick up some tips. I know already you've got cold press soaps. And then I just ran downstairs to grab these because I thought that having a quick look at it, I thought the simplest way to do it is use what's called melt and pour. So I got this one that's a shea butter, and I know it's in plastic, but in this block. And this block you kind of chop down. You can either put it in a double pan, you know, to melt it gradually on a stove, or you can melt it in sort of 20-second bursts in the microwave, and then you just add things to it. So if you do want to add colour or essential oils and things to it, you can do. So I thought I'm going to give that a whirl. I've got some people who help me at my Slim and World groups. They might be watching, but they'll have forgotten by Christmas, and every Christmas I give them some little gifts and stuff. So I thought, well, it would be quite nice to kind of maybe make some soaps, do some little scented hearts to go into drawers or in wardrobes, things like that. So I got these moulds, these silicone moulds, like in different flowers. Sorry, the light's a bit random there today, but I thought they'll look really cute. So I got 2 lots of the shea butter, and I'm going to give those a whirl. And then I think that was £5.49. So it makes 1 litre. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to do it all first. I want to have a go at it and sort of see how much essential oil I need to put. You don't have to put any oil in. You can put anything you want in. You can add sweet almond oil to it. But the first lot I want to do just as the plain base, because it is shea butter, and see how moisturising that feels, what the lather's like, that kind of thing. So this is the opaque one. Is that right? And you can also get translucent, but obviously this is the one that I got first time around. So yeah, drop me a message, drop me a comment if you've dabbled in that kind of thing. It's not something that I'm looking to make and sell. It's just something for some personal use that I would give to family members or maybe to friends. Just something that's a little bit of fun for me to try, and something that we'll use in the household, because then I'll be able to replace the soap that we've got next to the sink downstairs, etc. as well. So yeah. So fabric wise, I'm not on a fabric ban or anything. I'm just trying to be more aware and mindful of which fabrics I'm getting. And there was a couple of things. I know Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn had a new fabric drop on Friday, but I deliberately tried not to. I didn't want to look at it because I didn't want to buy anything else. I wanted to be using what's in my stash. That's very much what I'm working on. But these are 2 fabrics that I did get, which are both, I think they were a Viscose chalet. No, I'm not going to say chalet. I don't even know how you say it. This is what I've been like for 2 weeks. Anyway, this is a giraffe print, black and white giraffe print. I got 2 meters of this one. So these are both still on the Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn website. This one is not quite as see-through. So I am thinking, I'm hoping there'll be enough fabric in this to maybe make a Tilly and the Buttons lotta dress. I think that'll be quite nice. I might, I've got a little bit more time tomorrow. I might cut some things out tomorrow. So yeah, I think that would be quite nice. Obviously it's got a lovely drape. I'm just holding it up and I can't see through it, but it's not a very thick fabric. But we are heading off to Mallorca quite soon, so I was thinking that could, not that I've not got a wardrobe full of clothes, and the case out of the loft with my summer gear in to see what's suitable, because it's heading towards being about 17-18 degrees, so I don't think I need sort of swimwear, but I want some things that are nice to sort of sit out and go for a walk and that kind of thing. And then the other fabric that I got, which I'm sure it was labelled as the same, actually I've got the paperwork here, so lightweight. This one is a lightweight viscose crepe. This one's it's a cotton, but it's a very lightweight cotton. It's not very stiff at all, where cotton can be quite stiff. I think when I ordered this, I was thinking I might make a pair of trousers in it, but I don't think I will. I think I'll make a dress. Anyway, so this one is lime lightweight viscose crepe, and I did get 3 meters out of this, and I am thinking that I might make like a long length cardigan or something in this, because it is, as you can see there, just like a cover up. It is quite see-through, so I couldn't use it to make a dress or trousers or anything like that. So something beachy I think I'll be making with that, but it's really pretty, and I think that'll be quite nice with what I've got in mind for that. I'm trying not to give too much away, because come closer while I tell you this. On Saturday, I think it's Saturday the 26th, I've got my vlog launching for So Frugal 22. It's the last day. I mean, I would say they've kept the best till last, but obviously that's not true. And I recorded it just over a week ago. So I do need to get those things made, because it shares on the 26th, but obviously on the 31st of March, we all go onto Instagram and share with hashtag SoFrugal22, and that's the actual day we all share our makes and all those fabulous prizes are drawn. So I'm not going to tell you anything. I can't. Shh, it's a secret. I don't want to give too much away of my content of what I've got on that video. So that'll come out on Saturday this week. So if I'm being a bit cryptic with this, I do know what pattern I'm going to use, but I don't want to tell you with it because I don't want to give too much away. So yeah, I'm being quite restrained with my fabric purchases, I would say, at the moment, but that's a good thing because this needs to be used. So that's the plan. And I know my stash isn't anywhere near as big as other people's stashes, but it does need to be used. So I'm thinking they would be pretty nice as well. So although I'm going to share that on Instagram, I probably will do link that into kind of my regular vlog so you can see what I do make out of what I talk about on that video. So I mentioned earlier that I'd been up to a couple of things with my daughter, so I thought it would be quite nice to share those with you. We've got a IKEA at Gateshead, is about 15 minutes away from me, about half an hour away from where my daughter lives at the coast. So I think she was in store and she noticed a sign that said they had some like workshops going on. So I think these are going on all over the country in the UK, and from what I can gather, they happen all year. I just wasn't aware of them before. So if you are an IKEA family member, you know, you have a card, or if not, you can just go onto their website and register. You can book onto these sort of courses. They're all free. So the first thing that she did was like a plant one. That wasn't so much a workshop, that was somebody talking about different plants, and she loves house plants. I think I've mentioned this before. Very much takes after my lovely dad Michael. I'm absolutely hopeless and I kill almost everything. However, she is having a positive influence on me on the basis that I want to buy less plastic. I came home yesterday with plants. So she did the plant one first, and she said that one was very much kind of about where's best to position certain plants, which ones you should have in a bedroom, which ones you really shouldn't have in a bedroom, which ones could change the energy of a room, lots of fascinating stuff like that. She really, really enjoyed that and came away with and she said there's no pressure to buy anything. It's just that obviously if you're really into them, then you'll want to come away with some plants. So I'm getting a plant for Mother's Day to go in the corner of the lounge, which I like. So yesterday was the second one that she's done, and that one was about making a hanging basket plant pot holder from macrame, which she sort of said, "Do you fancy doing this, Mum?" And I went, "Yeah, why not?" I've made macrame leather bracelets before, years ago. Why is it when we say bracelets we feel the need to do that? Is there only me? Earrings? Yeah. You know, if I say nose, I don't have to touch my nose each time, but the bracelet, I have to touch my wrist. So I'll drop a couple of pictures in of what we did, and Lyra's on those as well. She was happy for me to share that. And it was really good. I enjoyed it. There was about 9 or 10 people there. A lady called Karen was the kind of person who showed you the ropes with it. And I was in a kind of a separate room when they did the plant thing, but we were kind of under a gazebo, but in the store yesterday. So people kept coming past, like shoppers going, "Oh, look, they're making those things that you can buy." It was so funny. I was thinking, oh God, don't look at mine. But I really enjoyed it. I used the natural coloured rope, is that what it's called? But they had like mustard, navy, like a dark beigey brown, about 5 different colours. She talked about like how long to cut the threads depending on how long you want it to be, and then just about the knots and how to put it together. So I found it really interesting. It wasn't difficult to do. We had a bit of a giggle between us, me and Lyra. I thought we were going to be locked in store trying to get ours finished when everybody else was flying along, but you know, it's not a race, is it? We quite enjoyed it, getting them done together, working out which ones you fasten together. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I do want to make one for the other side because I'm going to get a spider plant, I think, for the other side. So I've probably shared the picture already. I'll share it again about so I came home with a real ivy plant yesterday, trailing down, and then I'll also put a picture in of some, and Lyra said they call succulents, idea, in this lovely little pink plant pot which fits nicely on my windowsill, which it's south facing this room, so there's loads of sun comes in that window. So she said it'll be fine, won't need much looking after there, and if it does get too hot I can move it elsewhere. So that's in there. I won't get too carried away. Like, this is probably the most success I've ever had was with the cheese plant, which grew quite nicely. This is kind of in the very early 90s, and then when I moved to Leeds to train to be a midwife, my mum and dad adopted it for me, and I mean, I'm talking, it was about 4 foot high then. Anyway, they watered it, they looked after it, it grew nicely, and then I moved back a couple of years later. When I went to move it, it had kind of embedded itself into the wallpaper. So I had to kind of remove it from the wallpaper. Don't think they ever forgave me, and that's the most successful I've been with the plant, so I've not got great expectations about this. However, we're lovely fun learning how to do these macrame things. They were dead easy, to be honest. There'll be loads of videos on YouTube. So of course now I'm looking for some macrame, rope, string, whatever it is, to have a go at making some more. So she messaged me, I might have said this on the last vlog. She messaged me and said, how do you fancy on Mother's Day, but don't get too excited because me and Aaron don't have any plans, doing the wedding workshop. I was like, wedding? But she said we absolutely haven't got any plans at all to get married, which was like, oh, that's okay. But she said you do sort of table decorations, favours, different things. It's quite interesting because even on the plant one, she'd ended up making some lavender oil and stuff. So yeah, next Sunday we're heading off there to do that. So, and then she's going to make some lunch for afterwards. So we've had, my Mother's Day with her has been quite spread about, because today we went to a lovely local cafe and had afternoon tea, and it was lovely. A nice little early Mother's Day treat. So I'll pop a picture in, don't get jealous. Hence I had the drawstring dress on for lunch, and as I came home and drove around the car, I thought, oh, I have to undo that drawstring. I had, between us, we had 2 big pots of tea while we had it and everything, but it was absolutely delicious. And that was at Cafe My Place at Killingworth, if you do want to check it out. Extremely good value. It's open Monday to Friday, I think 10 till 2. Really nice. It's quite quaint, quite, it's in a big modern building, but it's quite like quirky, lots of quirky old-fashioned pots and things around, and sayings on the wall and stuff. It's really nice, so you could check that out as well. So I think that's probably my little catch-up. I feel like there's been loads going on, but I've not done lots of sewing, or have done lots of sewing, but I would have done more had I cut things out correctly. But hey ho, I'm not getting myself all stressed about it. I'm feeling a bit better, so I'm hoping to get more things made. And so some of this week, because I'm heading off to St Paul's Cathedral for a concert this week, so some of this week I might get some more sewing done, possibly towards the weekend. And then on Saturday you'll see my So Frugal 22 vlog shared, and then next week I'll probably be sharing some of those makes as well. And I've still got other things that I want to do, share some sublimation video, and share some like how to insert a jersey neckband and things like that, but they're in the pipeline with no pressure on when I'm going to do them. So there you go. That's a short what's been going on in my week. Feels like lots, probably not really, but thank you for stopping by today. Hope you don't mind that it was just a bit more chatty today, and I'll just be interested to see the sort of things that you've been up to as well, and any soap tips, please pass them my way as well. So have a lovely week, everybody. Lots of lovely crafting and relaxation as well, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.